I mean, like, so when we go to like Ireland, South Africa, in terms of like this new rivalry that's formed, now listen, I don't want to blame off the ball entirely, right? But I
Okay.
do think I have a few questions. And the first one is, are the South Africans, like the team themselves, okay? Because they're like, when Eben Etzebeth is talking about winning the World Cup and his big motivation is, the Irish guy said apparently he apparently counted 14 of 15 players who said see you in the final, which I'm sorry,
Oh,
Oh
I
yeah,
oh,
call I call such horseshit on that as an argument. That he's like, can you imagine, after, like, you remember that game? It was one of the most intense matches ever fucking played. The
mm.
idea that anyone would be able to count full stop, I call bullshit on. But like, there's apparently, and then like
mm,
in
mm.
Chasing the Sun, there was a whole thing about how like we had disrespected the South Africans by playing well. I don't like, what happened. Is this something that was? Is this kind of Razi just being mind gamesy, or what's the like? Or is there genuine
Oh
like?
yes. Okay. I think there's definitely a part of that. That's definitely elements of it. In that, in getting your players up for a game, you kind of have to identify. Like when we were playing back in the day, we would say the danger man. So you can't, like, you have to focus on everybody, but you have to focus. And I think especially coming into the World Cup, all right,
Mhm.
Ireland were the team to beat. Ireland coming into that competition were looking imperious.
Yeah.
And again, maybe because we had never been, historically, because we had never had any issues with each other outside of a few players in a Barbarians team, I can't
Mhm.
say I've ever seen us have that kind of animosity that we have now. I think maybe that's what he's done. He's created this thing where you've made our strongest opponent uh closer to more of an enemy, like
Mm.
heightened. So you how can I put it? To lean into that competitiveness that comes up when you're playing against somebody that you don't want to lose to. And then, of course, losing in the group matches didn't help that. Because, yes, 14 or 15 sounds like a lot, right? Like 14 or 15 sounds impossible.
It is.
But, like,
Yeah.
I can imagine, yeah, I can imagine somebody having some spicy words, a couple of people, maybe.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, like, at the end of the day, they're athletes. Someone's going to be a bit of a dickhead. Like, that's just part of the fucking course, you know?
And that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.